Wish you all a very happy morning, students. Today we are going to discuss exercise number 3.4 of NCERT. This exercise is based on elimination method. We call it solving a pair of linear equation by elimination method, and elimination is done by equating the coefficients of any one variable. Let us discuss the second question of question number 1. It means we are going to take question number 1 part 2. We will discuss one of the questions so that this method is clear, and then rest of the question in the first part can be solved by you on your own. So the second question is 3x plus 4y is equal to 10 and 2x minus 2y is equal to 2. Now you have to decide which variable coefficient are you going to equate. You can equate either the coefficient of x or the coefficient of y. So since the coefficient of y is having opposite sign, so in that case, in order to eliminate the variable, we need to add the equation. So adding is comparatively easier as compared to subtraction. So let us say this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. In order to make the coefficients equal, we need to multiply minus 2y by 2 so that it becomes equal to 4. In general, remember, in order to make the coefficients equal, we take the LCM of the coefficients. Like LCM of 3 and 2 is 6. So if you want to equate the coefficient of x, you will multiply the second equation by 3, first equation by 2, and so on. So we will write multiplying equation 1 by 1, because no change is required there, and equation 2 by 2, and then adding, and then we will add them. So what do we get? First equation will be multiplied throughout by 1, so 3x plus 4y is equal to 10. Second equation will multiply by 2, so 4x minus 4y is equal to 4. Now since the coefficients are equal but the sign is opposite, then we need to add. If the sign is same, we will need to subtract. So on adding, plus 4y and minus 4y will get cancelled. 3 and 4 is 7x. 10 and 4 is 14. So the value of x is 14 by 7, that is 2. So we have got the value of x as 2. Now we will put this value in any of the equation of our choice. So we will put the value of x in equation number 2 as it is comparatively a simpler equation. So in order to find the value of y, we are going to putting x is equal to 2 in equation 2. It doesn't make any difference whether you are putting the value in equation 1 or in equation 2. So here we are putting it in equation 2. So 2 into 2 minus 2y is equal to 2. Let us take this 2y to the right side and bring this 2 to the left side. 4 minus 2 is equal to 2y. 2 is equal to 2y, or we can say y is equal to 2 by 2, that is 1. So finally we are declaring the answer. Therefore x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1. So this method is the most widely used method. It is known as elimination method by equating the coefficients. In this particular exercise, there are two types of questions given. One is in which the equations are given directly, and the second is you have to frame the equation first and then solve it by elimination method. So let us solve one question from question number 2. Form a pair of linear equations in the following problems and find their solutions by elimination method. Remember, when the method is mentioned, you are bound to use that method. Otherwise, you have a choice. You can use substitution method or elimination method, or you can even use method of cross multiplication that we will discuss in subsequent videos. So let us take up the first question from question number 2, because rest of the question are of similar type, so you can solve it on your own. Question number 2, part 1. The question is, if we add 1 to the numerator and subtract 1 from the denominator, the fraction reduces to 1 and it becomes 1 by 2 if we only add 1 to the denominator. We need to find the fraction. So we will say that the numerator be x and denominator be y. Then the fraction, remember in this question ultimately we have to find out the fraction. So fraction is numerator by denominator, so it is x by y. Now as per question, when 1 is added to the numerator, so x plus 1, and 1 is subtracted from the denominator, y minus 1, the fraction becomes 1. So let us frame the equation. We will cross multiply. X plus 1 is equal to y minus 1, or we can say x minus y is equal to minus 2. This becomes the first equation. In the same manner, we will form the second equation also. It becomes half if we only add 1 to the denominator. It means now x by y plus 1 is equal to 1 by 2. So again we will do cross multiplication. 2x is equal to y plus 1. So 2x minus y is equal to 1. This becomes the second equation. Now in the first equation, coefficient of y is minus 1. In the second equation, coefficient of y is again minus 1. So we don't need to equate the coefficient because they are already equal. Since they have the same sign, so we will do subtraction. So what do we find? We find that by equation 2 minus 1. So by equation 2 minus 1, y will be eliminated. 2x minus x is equal to 1.